this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Tabitha Cheney. And Tabitha tells us that she recently went to visit a very talented psychic who told her that she was a very old soul who has reincarnated many times, and that in this life she is playing the role of an angel or Illuminator. And Tabitha would like my take on this. And of course, without talking to the psychic, I can only speculate on exactly what is meant by these terms. But I would think that I can understand it in the following sense, that what she is saying is that in this lifetime, you have incarnated primarily to help others. Does this happen? Absolutely. I don't even think it's all that uncommon for souls to incarnate with helping one or more specific other souls in their lessons as being part of their reason for incarnating. And I think that occasionally souls will incarnate with that being their sole reason for incarnation. And I do think this probably is an aspect of older souls, and I do think that those souls who are in the higher stages of spiritual awareness are much more likely to be focused on helping others. However, this does not mean that when a soul has had this as the nature of their incarnation, that they're not working on anything else. It doesn't mean they're not working on their own lessons. It doesn't mean that they're not generating new karma or dealing with other aspects of karma. It just means that helping others is a major feature of their reason for being here. And if you look around the world, you can often see exactly which souls these are because they'll be very evident in helping other people. But not always in high-profile ways, and sometimes you'll find this in very humble people who are doing things that nobody ever sees unless they actually know them, and yet their entire life seems to be devoted to others. And sometimes this is a highly spiritual thing and indicates a highly spiritual soul. It doesn't always, and it's a very individual thing like everything else, but very often it indicates a highly advanced being. And again, it definitely does happen at different levels of intensity. It's not even uncommon, although in its most intense forms I would say it is rather rare. And it is a wonderful thing when you encounter it. Now, whether this is actually what this particular psychic meant, again, I can only speculate, but this is how I would understand this idea. And would I use the term angel to describe it? Well, probably not. But I see nothing wrong with using that term. I see nothing wrong with the term illuminator. I see nothing wrong with describing such a person as a kind of spirit guide in an incarnated form. So, there are many different ways that you can describe it, but is it a thing? Well, yes, it absolutely is. And you don't encounter it every day of the week either. But sometimes you'll find it in the most unexpected circumstances. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them helpful. And until next time, may you blessed be. Reverend Don, super omnibus of incantations and invocations for all occasions. Marianne Kay and I created this massive compendium of magic and artwork for you to use in any way that you would like. There are literally hundreds of spells and hundreds of illustrations, which can be mixed and matched and used in many different ways. Check it out now at witchghoulstore.com.